Week 53 of scaling my business to 100k a month. I'm going to go through the exact systems, processes, and the things this week that I found that are going to help me get closer to that goal of scaling my business to 100k a month. My current revenue at the moment is 14k USD, as you can see here. We do have a fair few more clients getting over the line, which means that if we get all of those across the line, then we'll hit a 30k month. But if there's one thing that I've learned in business, nothing is certain. So I'm not saying that I'm going to get a 30k month. I'm saying right now we're at 16, projecting a 30, all being that we get all of these gyms across the line before then. So my name's Sam and I am an SMA owner. I am focusing on scaling my business to 6 figures a month. I've recently quit my full-time job as a teacher and now going all in on my business. And on top of that, I've booked a one-way flight to a completely different location in the world with no intention of coming back until I hit the 6 figures. Now, I promise by the end of this video that you're going to have systems and processes that you can implement into your business, and also key lessons that I've learned so that you don't make the same mistake as me. And overall, you're going to have all of this stuff that you can implement into your business so that it can save you time and money. So the first thing being that we've actually, funny enough, dropped the price. And this might be counterintuitive, but one thing that we have found is that with the price, we were getting a whole lot of resistance. And as of this moment in time, we're still waiting for the process of WAP fan base to be approved so that we're able to do payment plan options for our clients. But yeah, so that's where we're at in terms of price. And you might ask, why have we dropped the price? Well, we saw significantly the close rate has obviously dropped significantly, and we were getting no closes at 5k. We had people on the fence, but we weren't getting any. So we dropped it to 4k, and we're going to stay with that for now, just to see what the consistency is like with it and see the whole process with it. But that's where we're at with that at the moment. The other thing that we've done, and now this isn't with the intention, by the way, of not going up with the price again, but right now we need cash in the business. One thing that I've massively learned is that you don't want to be a sales orientated business, meaning that you know you need to make sales to make money. So we've actually added in another thing, which is the 90-day refresher fee, which is just 1k pounds or 1.3k USD, which is equivalent to about 1k pounds. So the reason we've done that is that we need some sort of monthly recurring revenue. Now, although that's not monthly, we can do that every 90 days as a reactivation fee. And then it would just recycle the process over and over again. It's going to give us more revenue in our pocket so that I'm not sweating every single month knowing that we need to make X amount of sales to be profitable. Now, we're trying to get some gyms over the line. And if any of you have any advice or tips on how to get clients, and especially in B2B, not B2C, but B2B, how to get these people over the line and get them in either a 1 call close or a 2 call close, because we are finding that we're waiting a fairly long time for some of our gyms to make decisions or talk to business owners, and I get they're busy. But at the end of the day, so are we, and we want to prioritise revenue as much as possible. So I'm just curious if any of you guys have strategies, and like, I'm also willing to learn this stuff as well. So if there's anyone out there that's had experience or has done this, please reach out to me, and we can get a call sorted, and I can go through processes, and you can go through processes with us and share value, because I need some help with that. Now, I've been recently listening to Man Up by Bedros Keuilian. I've been listening to the audiobook of that. That's one thing that I've also done, is replaced a lot of music habits with actually audiobooks. And then I've also been reading Sell Like Crazy by Sabra Surbari. I think that's how you pronounce it, Sabrai, something along the lines of that. But he's an Australian shark. He's in one of the sharks on Australian Shark Tank. And one thing that I've seen throughout all of the themes of these books is focusing on the high leverage tasks. In the books, they mention about the 80-20 rule, which I'm sure you've heard. But within the 80-20 and that 20% that's going to yield 80% of the results, there's another 80-20. That's one thing that really opened my eyes up, and I was thinking, maybe I'm not really doing the tasks that I should be doing, the stuff that's going to push the business forward. And so at the moment, I'm working a lot in the business and not necessarily on the business. So I'm looking at outsourcing certain tasks and things now to other people so that I can really focus on what I need to do on the business and not in the business to grow and scale it further, because we're still suffering with the same problem, which is the appointment booking. I'm jumping on the phones this week as well, making sure that we are doing as many dials as possible, but also as well, like, to push the outbound team as much as possible to make them realise that you can do more than what you think you can do. So that's one thing that's happening as of this week. And that's been a real lesson for me, is like focusing on that 4%, because that's going to yield the biggest amount of results within your business. And just to add to that as well, doing the sales and marketing and the revenue generating tasks, mainly the revenue generating tasks, those are the ones that are going to be the difference maker for your business. And that's why you see some business scale from XYZ to XYZ number, so from 10 to 100 in 6 months, and you see others do that in 4 years, because the focus on certain tasks that are going to generate revenue, and that all that noise, all that signal to noise ratio that I mentioned about the other week, they just have a very, very good signal ratio to noise, meaning that they focus a lot on the signal and not so much on the noise. Now, one thing that's been really, really good from listening to audiobooks and reading as well has been going on about leadership and the importance of being a good leader and leading from the front, especially within your business, within your team. And so that's why, number one, I'm jumping on the phone this week to motivate my team to show that I'm willing to do anything that they're willing to do, number one. But also on top of that as well, communication, drive, determination, purpose, meaning, vision, all of this stuff is so important as a leader, and I want to become the best version of myself, and to do that I need to become the best leader I can be. And so that's why I'm doing certain things, and that's why I'm reading and listening to more audiobooks now. I'm using my time like that instead of using it to listen to music. So for example, in the gym, I'm listening now to audiobooks instead of music. Not got the same pump, might not enjoy it as much, but I'm getting information in my head that's going to allow me then to optimize my time as much as possible. Because the difference that I see is, think of two entrepreneurs. One that's listening to music in the gym, one that's listening to audiobooks. Which one over the long term, over 5 years, if this person listens to audiobooks the whole time and this person listens to music all the time, which one's going to have more information in their head and have more informed decisions? More knowledge you have, the better decisions you're able to make. And the better decisions you're able to make, the better your business will be. Might be wrong, who knows, but I guess we'll find out in 5 years. That's all for this week, guys, but keep following along for the journey. If you're enjoying it, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Any questions, comments, stuff like that, drop them below. I realised in the last video that I did post, I forgot to put a screenshot in of the revenue that we were currently on previously, which I believe was around about 16k that I said. So I'll drop the screenshot in here as well so you can see that as well. But I hope you're all good, guys. And as always, have an awesome week, and I'll catch you later.